everybody, it's me Stacey here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. It is time for Saturday with Stacey, YouTube number 212. Welcome! It's a beautiful day out here in sunny California. It's rather hot today, but that's okay. I am just happy. I feel like we're getting back to normal, almost. For those of you who watch me or follow me on Facebook or YouTube, you know that we had a house fire and our house is a do-over. They're demoing our house right now, but we get to move into our rental house for the next year. We get to move in coming soon, just about 5 days from now, we get to move in. And I am so excited about that. We've been very, very lucky. Right now we're staying at a friend's house who's on vacation. So we're out of the hotel and into one of our friends' homes who's on vacation. Thank goodness they went on vacation. I couldn't imagine being in a hotel for a month now. What's going on? A month, kind of, sort of. Anyway, it is yay, yay to be moving into our rental house. Until Michael mentioned, that's Mr. SMS, and he mentioned, we're gonna have to do grocery shopping. And I said, well, yeah, so, when we go to the grocery store, there's milk, there's lunch meat, there's, fruit. It's not an overly lengthy list. And he's like, no, Stacey, we're going to have to do a grocery shopping. We have to buy everything. I'm like, what do you mean everything? He's like, well, we'll have to buy salt and pepper. We'll have to buy mayonnaise and syrup. We'll have to buy pancake mix. He said, we have nothing. And I'm like, oh. And I'm starting to think to myself, how much of that stuff did we really use? I'm thinking we're going to start the grocery shopping small and buy what I know we'll use. Mayonnaise, mustard, pickles, lunch meat, sandwich bread, things that I'm sure we will use. And then we'll go back and figure out if we really did need allspice. I don't know that I've ever used allspice. I'm sure it was in our cabinet. I'm sure that it was in our little spice spinner thingy, but I don't know that we ever opened it. I'm not sure that I've actually used, is it Mamara Jam? Mamara Jam? I don't know how to pronounce it, but I don't think we've ever used it, because then I would have learned how to pronounce it. So I think we're going to take the shopping slow. And I'm sure that there was condensed milk in that pantry. I'm sure that in our cupboard we had condensed milk. Not sure that I ever used the condensed milk, but I think it was there. So we'll take it. I told them we're just going to take it slow and get the groceries slow, get what we absolutely know we have to need. And then as we find things that we probably need that, then go buy it. I think that's the best plan. So next week we'll be moving into the rental. Woo! I'm very excited. And we'll be there for a year. They are knocking down our house now, and I actually had insulation in my hair because I was there today. So thankfully we didn't have as much asbestos as they thought we did, and we were able to proceed with demo sooner than we thought we would. So I've been told this is just going to be a process over the next year. Things are going to move very fast, like them demoing my house. Oh my gosh, it's fast. And then it's going to sit there for a while we draw plans and go through the city to get permits, and then it might move fast for a little while, and then it's going to be slow for a little while. So I have resigned myself to the fast, slow process, and it's going to be great. Of course, now Mr. SMS and I have to decide what flooring and what color the walls are going to be, and that's a whole nother can of worms. That's a him and me thing. What do you mean you want that color? I don't like that color. Well, yeah, I like that color. Well, that's you, but not me. I don't like Hopefully 23 years into marriage, we'll be able to get through that without any problem. I think we'll just flip coins and see who wins. Anyway, today we have got for you the next collection of Simply Refined dies and stamps. Yes, we have stamps for this collection of Simply Refined. And this collection is one of the Flipside collections. We did a Flipside collection a little while ago, and they sold out like that. I mean, they were just gone. And so we brought them back for Christmas, only they don't have to be Christmas. Wait till you see what you can do with them that has nothing to do with Christmas. And if you have the very, very first sets, well, these will interchange with those as well. So now you've even got more options to play with. And I can't wait to show you the stamps because we took it to a next level. I wanted to get, anyway, we'll show you. I have Winner Chicken Dinner to talk about. So if you posted a comment on YouTube number 210 or 211, I may be announcing your name right now. And if you want to be a Winner Chicken Dinner from YouTube number 212, that's today. You just have to watch the YouTube, subscribe. There's a red button that says subscribe to our YouTube channel and then post your comment. And who knows, maybe next week I'll be reading your name. All right, so YouTube number 210, that was the Simply Defined Nana's Garden, which is my other collection of dies and stamps. And that was the Pergamano-y collection where we used the stylus and the vellum, and oh, so pretty. So I have two winners, and if you are Joyce Rempe, congratulations, you have just won that collection from Scrapbooking Made Simple, the Simply Defined Nana's Garden collection. But you're not alone, we always have two winners. So your friend who has also won is Donna. How about I just do Donna Blatz, B-L-A-T-Z, because I'm not sure how to pronounce the middle one. You know what? I'm not even going to try. Donna, B-L-A-T-Z, Blatz, you love me because you just won, and you're forgiving me for not even attempting the middle, the middle name. All right, so Donna and Joyce, you have won the Simply Defined Nana's Garden collection, and we have winners from 211, and these guys are going to win some of the new Go Press foil plates, Go Press and Foil Simply Defined plates that I did last week. So they will get the shim and some of the foils and some of my designs for the Go Press and Foil. Are you ready to hear if you've won that? Well, if you're Ruth Heron, congratulations, Ruth! You're a winner chicken dinner. And Marlene Orney. I'm going with Marlene Orney. So I've got Ruth Heron and Marlene Orney, and you guys have won some of the Go Press and Foil stamp plates that I designed, along with some foil and the shim that you're going to need to use it, and probably a squishy and a knock-knock, or well, not the knock-knock, you need the squishy. But you'll have a really lovely prize package from us. Congratulations, wahoo kachoo. How do all four of you claim your prize? Easy peasy. Go to scrapbookingmadesimple.com, look for the link that says Winner Chicken Dinner, click it, follow the directions, and you will have happy mail coming to you soon. Now, we have started May 5th National Scrapbooking Day orders. Those are processing through. All of the Go Press and Foil stuff is here. I know some of you have already got your Go Press and Foils and are very excited about that. What else do we have going on? Oh my goodness gracious, I don't know. There's just so much. The store is going back to being its normal self, and I feel like we're getting back to being our normal self. So it's so good to see you. I'm gonna tilt on down for the day. We're gonna get started, and hopefully Mr. SMS is at home working on that shopping list, because he looked at me and he really said, "We have to go shopping." And I was like, "Okay." And he goes, "No, really." I think we're gonna rethink that because I haven't used the allspice yet. So, all right, down we go. It's good to see everybody. Bye. All right, so nope, wrong direction. Nope, wrong direction, right direction. Eventually I'll learn that. Maybe not. Okay, so this is the free in-store make and take that we are doing right now. And this is using the newest collection of Simply Refined, and it's the Flipside Christmas collection. Now, I'm going to explain to you what the Flipside means, but if you notice, we've got a stamp here. Yes, we do. Now, we didn't do that in the first collection, but the stamp and die set that we have for you not only will work with this collection, but if you have the original set of the Flipside, well, you're going to be able to use it with that as well. So what is a Flipside die? Well, let's just pull them out over here and show you. First off, there's 4 dies in the collection. 2 of the dies are vertical. So these make vertical cards. No, these are horizontal cards. Horizontal cards. These are horizontal cards. So 2 dies that will make horizontal cards. And then we have 2 dies that will make vertical cards. Now they're packaged horizontally, but they actually work like that. And if you see the pictures on the bottom, kind of gives you an idea of what you can do with them. Now, how do these work? Well, they're pretty darn simple. Just open up. They're pretty darn simple. First off, you get several dies. I'll put that over there too. Each set has one, 2, 3, 4, 5 dies in it. So each set has 5 dies. Oh, there's the fire trucks. Each of the outside dies are different. So this one's got, oh, I hope I can zoom. I don't know if it's gonna zoom. I can't tell if it's zooming or not, but this one's got a little, like a stamp edge to it. And this one's got more of a dotty edge to it. So every single die has different edges. No 2 edges are the same, regardless if you buy the vertical or the horizontal. Then you've got the Decor Dyes. And the Decor Dyes do not have a cutting edge around the outside. If you were to die cut this, this would die cut the pattern inside paper. It would cut the pattern into the paper. To get the whole thing to cut out, you have to use the 2 dies together. And this would allow you to cut the entire piece out. But because they're the flip side, you can interchange just about everything. So you could cut something like this and have plain paper with a decoration in the middle. You could cut this one here on the top, but then rotate it and cut it for the bottom and have 2 different edges. You could mix and match until your heart is content. And the idea is if you have both sets, both vertical or horizontal sets, everything between the sets also interchanges. So this one's got a zigzag pattern for your die here and a little snowflake flower pattern here. Our top die has poinsettias. And then we have the center die. And at this point, if you have both of them, you have options. You could take your center die from here and move it over here. You could get rid of your top die in its entirety if you wanted to put a sentiment up there and do here. You could take your snowflake die from over here and move it here. You could take you have options. It's incredible what you can do with the flip side. The idea is that if you have the two sets, So you can't mix the horizontal sets and the vertical sets together. You either have to have the 2 horizontal or the 2 vertical sets, and everything in between them is interchangeable. And then if you have the original horizontal sets, that's also interchangeable with these. And we tried to give you something that would have a Christmas feel on top. A Christmas feel on top. There's this one with the holly. And a more universal on the bottom, so that you could mix all of them and not make anything Christmas at all if you didn't want to. The idea is that these are to be versatile enough that you can take whatever you want and mix them and make them holiday if that makes your heart happy, or use them at a later time doing something that is completely not holiday. So that is how the Flipside works, is that it's meant to interchange and move around, and the combinations truly are unbelievable, because if you had the original 2 horizontal and the new 2 horizontal, oh my gosh, you could be mixing and matching for forever. I know that these were featured on some blog somewhere. Somebody posted that they had them and showed pictures of them, and people wanted to know if they were still available. We have very few. We have under 10 of each left of the original Flipsides. That's all. There's less than 10. Those were orders that never got paid for or got canceled out. So we put them back online, but there is less than 10 of the original sets. Now I want to play with these because I want to show you exactly how they work. And I think I might put them kind of back to the way they were, the original sets. And I think I'm going to play with this set. So I'm going to move this one over here for a little while. And I want to just give you an idea of how they work. So I've got a decor die here, and like I said, it doesn't have a cutting edge around the outside of it. This is going to cut into paper. So I'm going to do that really quick just to show you how that cuts into paper. Now, these are not overly intricate, so I am going to try and do it on just my plain multi-purpose platform. I've got my small multi-purpose platform. This does not come with the machine. The longer one comes with the machine. So if you like the smaller version better, it is an additional purchase. Do you need to have it? No. If you have the longer version, this is going to do exactly what you're going to follow, the exact same steps. So the longer multi-purpose is the extended one. This one was brought back, and I'm glad it was brought back. So I've got my multi-purpose platform completely closed. I've got my Sizzix Big Shot machine. It doesn't matter if you have a Big Shot machine, a Big Kick machine, a Fabby machine, a Vagabond machine. It all sandwiches the same way. Put my die right there. I've got my exclusive red glitter, SMS red glitter Sizzix cutting plates, which I don't want to cut into. I'm going to put that on the top, and I'm going to send it on through. So it's not an intricate die. I don't think it's going to be too intricate. It looks like it cut out pretty good. I'm just going to rotate it. So it was this way. Now I'm going to rotate it and send it back. And all it's going to do is cut into the paper. And you're like, but I don't understand what that means. Okay. So it didn't cut my design out. So I didn't get a full die cut piece out like you normally would. It cut into the paper. It didn't pull that whole piece out. To do that, I have to marry it with one of the frames. Now if I cut this, now it's going to cut my entire piece out. So sometimes you don't want to have that whole piece out. Maybe you've got a card base, a card front, and you just want to add this to the top and the bottom of the card base. What if you had a longer piece like this and you wanted to put that design in and then use it as an invitation? Or you wanted to put that design in and then mat a picture for your scrapbooks. So having the option of being able to cut into paper versus cutting it all the way out is always nice. You always want as many options as you can get. Who doesn't want options? So I've got that there now, and I am gonna cut the entire piece out. Now each die, each set comes with 2 pieces that will allow me to do that. And like I said, they both have different edges. You have to look and see which edge do you want. Do you want one that's got little dotties, or do you want one that's got little scallops? It's really up to you because you can choose, you have options. I'm gonna bring my Big Shot machine back over. Come on. And I'm gonna line it up. Now, if you have a magnetic platform, that's where this would be handy. So a magnetic platform also isn't sold with the machine, but it is a Sizzix branded product, and it goes with all Sizzix machines. The Big Kick, the Fabby, the Vagabond, the Vintage, the Big Shot, and it will keep this in place. So as I roll it through, it won't move. I'm gonna do it just on my regular multi-purpose platform, and you may, if you want, take a Post-it note or some washi tape just to tape it down to hold it in place. That's entirely up to you. I'm gonna give it a whirl and see if I can get it out without it moving. Let's see what happens. So far, so good. Now, this is an open frame die, so I only have to send it through once. What does an open frame die mean? Well, it's open in the middle, open frame. So it only needs to go through once. It's gonna cut right away. And now I've cut my entire piece out. Cut it all the way out. But what happens if I wanted to back this with something? Well, I can do that too because I've got just the frame die. Most often you end up having a die that's going to cut the entire piece out, so you don't get to make a background with just the frame. Let me show you. Let's grab a pretty piece of blue because we're working with snowflakes. I'm just going to cut myself a pretty piece of blue. I'm working on my multi-purpose platform completely closed, my cut plate, my paper, my pretty red glitter cut plate that you will only find here at SMS, and send it on through. Now I've just made a solid piece, which I can then take my snowflakes and line it right up on top. And I've got half my card started. Now it's up to me. I could do the same thing and put it on top and have the same top and same bottom, or I could mix it up and do something completely different. Here I've got a striped edge, and I could do a striped edge. Let's just do the striped edge in white. And let's send that through. Bring back our machine. Again, I don't think that this is intricate enough that I need a precision base plate for this. I'm gonna send it on through. I'm gonna rotate it. Just give it a turn, rotate it so that the wheels, the roller, and the machine hits the die in a new and unique way. Send it back. And what's it gonna do? it will have cut those stripes into my paper. Not sure what you want to do with the stripes afterwards, but there's something to be done with them. So now I've cut my stripes into my paper, which if I was doing a card and I wanted to put that on my card, I could. But I want to cut the whole thing out. So now let's take the same one that I used for my snowflakes, because I can interchange all of them. Let's bring that over. Let's line it up. Hopefully I get close. I think we'll give that a try. Send it on through. Again, it's an open frame die, so it's only going to need one roll. Isn't that so cute? Now let's cut that piece out of blue, just like we did before, to make our background from it. Bring our machine back. Paper, die, open frame. There's nothing in the center, unlike this die that has something in the center. Open frame die just needs one roll. Easy peasy. Bring it on over. Line it right up. So let's pretend we're making a card. And let's just do it on white paper. Let's grab some white paper. I don't have a card base over here with me, but let's just pretend we're making a card. Is that big? Oh, there's a big card right there. I'm gonna take some Stacey tape just for quick and easy. Now these are perfect A2 card sizes. So perfect A2 card. And a little bit of Stacey tape. I probably would have used Stacey tape to die cut the whole thing, but I just want to get it down there for you so you can see it. Just layer it right on top. And then these on the bottom. So Stacey tape is a double-sided adhesive, super strong, holds beads, holds glitter, holds paper, holds acetate, holds just about anything you could ever want. You can rip it with your fingers. You don't have to use scissors. So I used to say it's terrible, but that sounded like it was terrible, but it's actually, you can tear it. So let's put that on there. And again, I would probably die cut with my Stacey tape or use my stay put glue to put this down, but I just want to get it there for you so you can see. And then we would pretend that this is a card base, an A2 card base, and cut that off and cut that down. All right, there's the beginnings of your card. But you're saying, what about that big old empty space in the middle? Well, Remember, we gave you that die. Each set has a die that fits in that center, which is also interchangeable. But this time we did things a little different. This die is just like this one. It doesn't have any cutting edge around the outside. So this die will only cut into paper until now. So let's cut it. So this is going to only cut into my paper. And again, if you have more than one set of either the horizontal or the vertical, all of them will work together. All the horizontal sets will work together and all the vertical sets will work together. We're going to see this is a little more intricate, but I think that it's probably going to cut okay. We're going to give it a whirl and see what happens. Roll it through. Rotate it and roll it back. Oh, perfect. So it only cuts into the paper, which means you would have had to cut into the paper and then back it with something, because there wasn't a die that would allow you to cut that whole piece out. In the first set, that's how they are. They don't have a separate die that will allow you to cut that whole piece out. So you would have had to have taken this background and cut into that so that you would have that blue there, which is doable, absolutely, and there's a purpose for it, but I wanted to do something a little bit more. So instead of having a contour plus die this time, I have 2 die and stamp sets. And they come with the dies that will allow you to now cut that piece out. If you only have the first sets and that's the only sets you're going to get, I totally understand. But you're going to want these dies because that's going to allow you to cut that piece out. And then I thought, well, if we're already cutting that piece out, why not have stamps to stamp inside of it if you wanted? What happens if you didn't want to use the Decor die that fits in there? Although I'm going to cut this piece out really quick. So I'm going to grab my dies. And you do get 2 dies so that if you wanted to mat it, you can mat it. So the larger one cuts this die. And the smaller die that it comes with is for your stamp sets. I will show you. Hold on, we'll get there. I just want to cut this piece out first. So I've got my die. So I can now bring my machine over. Platform completely closed. I have not used a precision base plate yet. Some of the dies are intricate enough that you are going to have to, but so far not yet. Oh, let's hope it doesn't move. And so again, you may, if you don't have a magnetic platform, you may just want to tape that down. I'm gonna cross my fingers and my toes and hope that it comes out. And because that's an open frame die, it's a 1 roll. You don't have to go backwards and forwards. Yay! I'm very happy. And then it fits right in there. How stinking cute. But what if you didn't want to do this? What if you wanted to stamp a sentiment? Okay, so like I was saying, it makes my heart so flippin' happy. It truly does. What a cute little card, ready to go. All your Christmas cards. And the beautiful thing is, if you have both of the horizontal sets, the Christmas horizontal sets, you can be die cutting and die cutting and die cutting, and then you can piece them together afterwards, and all the cards are a little bit different because you've got so many different options. You can just spend a night in front of the TV set die cutting out of the paper you want to use, and then when it comes time to assemble, oh my gosh, you just lay them all out there, and no two cards are exactly the like, and unless you really want them alike, but I think they're so much fun to have some different ones. Okay, but back to the stamp set. So we give you 4 stamps per set, and there is a die set for the vertical cards, and there's a die set and stamp set for the horizontal cards. This one's for our horizontal card. We also give you 4 different stamps. 2 of them are generic. This one has do what you can with what you have when where you are. So do what you can with what you have where you are, which is very apropos for me right now. I did not, when I decided that should be one of the sentiments, had no idea I was going to have a house fire, but we are doing what we can with what we have right now and being grateful and blessed to have what we have right now. The second one is you are amazing, don't ever forget it. And then we have a holly jolly Christmas, and it's the most wonderful time of the year. So you get 2 sets, 2 stamps that are more generic all year round, and you get 2 that are holiday, so that they're not all birthday, they're not all inspirational, they're not all Christmas. It's an assortment. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to move this to the side right now and move this over here because I am going to need it. And I'm going to play with the stamps. So I think I'm going to do It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, because that doesn't have to be just for Christmas. It really doesn't. So I've got my stamp. It is a clear stamp. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play with my gush pad. I'm going to use my gush pad. Now this is a Simply Refined gush pad. It's much bigger. It's cut in half. It allows you to stamp into. It gives the paper an opportunity to sink just a little bit, so you make a really great contact between the paper and the stamp and the ink. I'm also going to pull over my Do Crafts blocks. Okay, best set of blocks on the market for the money. These are from Do Crafts. They come in this cute little carrying. I like it because I can't lose anything. They're $12.50 for all of the blocks. Well worth your money. If you are a devoted stamper and you are all into it, and these are wonderful blocks because they've got the grids and they're not too thin, but they're not too thick. I used to use the Tim Holtz grid blocks because I love those too, but a lot of our customers said they were just too hard to hold because they were so thin. Do Crafts came out with a beautiful set for $12.50. So if you're a die-hard stamper, I think you're really going to love these. And if you're not a big stamper at all, it's $12.50 and you've got blocks in 5 different sizes, which is going to give you lots and lots of options. So I'm going to take out the long one here because that's the one I'm going to use today. And I'm just going to lay my stamp down. So the image that you would be stamping is right on my craft mat. I'm just going to lay it there. And then I'm going to put my block right on top and pick it up. Just like that, just pick it up. Now for those of you who have never seen a clear block before and a clear stamp, they're held in by, it's like a cling. And it's not sticky on this, and it's not sticky on that. It's just clung together by static or whatever wonderful force of nature that causes it to cling to it. And down and up, and you use them again and again and again. You never throw your blocks away, and you never throw your stamps away. So down, line it up, and pick it up. Okay, so I'm going to stamp real quick on some white paper. And I'm going to use Memento ink to start with. And I'm just going to ink up my stamp. Now we're using Memento ink because it's an all-purpose ink. It's a dye-based ink, which means it sinks in and absorbs into your paper pretty darn quick. It doesn't smudge, it doesn't smear. If you are using Copic markers, this is a great ink because it works beautifully with Copic markers or any alcohol-based ink marker. Remember, I've got my gush pad down. I've got my paper. I'm gonna kind of sit it down and give a press. Now, you're not doing chest compressions. This is a clear stamp. If you want a very nice stamp, you don't press too hard. It's the most wonderful time of the year because when you press hard, you make the stamp go shh. Yes, that is exactly the sound. No, not really, but I don't know how to explain it. When you push too hard, people who say they're not good stampers are probably doing one or two things that they shouldn't. One, you're stamping on a hard surface and you're trying to push that stamp into a hard surface and it doesn't make a great connection. Or two, you're doing chest compressions. So let's see. So if you stamp hard or you rock and you push down so hard, what you're doing is you're forcing that stamp to spread out. So if you've got blurry, it's because you're pressing too hard. Lighten it up a little bit, get it down. You want to give a press, but you're not going to revive the stamp. No chest compressions. It's a nice soft press. So let's re-ink it. And a nice soft press. Remember, it's only paper. So if you have to get some scratch paper and sit there and play until you get, look, I'm not pressing hard. I'm not rocking. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, down and up. That's it. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, down and up. And look at the difference. And then, because we now have the die to go with, I can now cut that out. So let's bring our machine over and let's see if I can cut it out all nice and pretty. So my paper with my stamped image. Again, if you have a magnetic platform, this is where it comes in handy. What's a magnetic platform? This is a magnetic platform. So there's magnets built in. And what it does is works exactly the same as your multi-purpose platform, but when you're stamping something and then you need to die cut it out and you need it to be just so, you need it to be just in the right area, because it's magnetic, nothing moves. So you don't have to worry about taping it down. Is it a necessity? No. It's nice. It's nice to have, no question about it. But can you do all of this with what comes with your Big Shot or your Big Kick or your Vagabond machine? Yes, absolutely. And then I just send it through. Because I probably just moved it when I bumped it. I just send it through. And now I've cut out my sentiment. But what if I wanted to back my sentiment? What if I wanted to do something? What if we took like a little bit of the mint paper? Let's grab this. Do I have purple paper? I'm not sure I like the mint. Oh well, we're going with the mint. Let's cut a little bit of this out. Make sure it's long enough. And then remember, I said you get 2 dies. So you get the die, the smaller one that cuts your sentiment, And then you get a larger one that will do, cut the actual decor piece out, or you can do a shadow. I hear a delivery. Can you guys hear the rolls? I hear the rollers. Or maybe it's the postman. All right. And again, it's just a one roll. Easy peasy. Oh, I think that was the mailman. And now I can take my most wonderful time of the year sentiment. And now it's got a shadow. So you don't have to use the stamps and dies with these at all. You can use this on any card at any time, anywhere, or as a title on your page. And then that will fit in there. And there we go. So which way do you like it? Do you like it like this? Do you like it like that? Do you like it like this? Do you like it? Uh-huh. Do you like it like that? Which way makes your heart happy? Because you're going to be able to do all of that and more. It's all about giving the most value so that you can be as creative as you possibly can with what you have in front of you. All I've used is paper. Paper, some dies, a stamp, that's it. Paper and the dies. And the combinations are incredibly endless. I could have done a different color. I could have used the mint and backed the striped in the mint. You just can mix and match. And again, if you have the two vertical or the two horizontal, then you've got even more to mix and match. And if you have any from the first set, you can mix and match them with the second set. So it's really the flip side. I really tried to bring you as much bang for my buck and your buck as I possibly could. And that's what makes them so wonderful, because you're not limited to just that one shape or just that one design. And what I didn't even tell you yet is that on most of them, there's an embossing feature. So there's only cuts on every so many dies, and then there's a hollow that has no cut lines. You can run that through with your squishy and your knock knock, and you can sand it. And now you've got a sandable image where that third line, see, there's supposed to be there's a third line right there that will let you do embossing. It will let you emboss, and then you sand it, and then you have a whole nother look. It's up to you. And then, of course, you can always use these for the center. If you open your card and you want to use these as the inside sentiment, you absolutely can. There's a lot to be done with these. And they're not so Christmassy that you couldn't use them for the rest of the year. In fact, you can see we used older, we put the older ones with it. So you can see these are the 4 horizontal. These were from the first collection, and these are from the second collection. Just so much to be done. And then you get the stamps and the dies, and you can go even further. But I also wanted to show you with the stamp set what else you can do with it, because it's fun just to play with it. I have my stamp set. I'm gonna get a wet wipey really quick, and I'm gonna wipe it out. And that's how you clean the stamps. Just a baby wipe will do. You don't need anything special, just a baby wipe to wipe it down. And if your stamp stops sticking to your block, chances are you've got too much gunk on one of them. Just take both of them and put them in some dishwashing, Dawn or Palmolive or something gentle. Just wash them, let them dry, and then they're going to be clinging right back the way they were. Now this time I'm going to use the Essentials glue pad. Essentials glue pad, because I want to glitter, but I want to glitter in a nice, clean, easy way. Essentials glue pad is a two-way glue pad. It looks like this when you buy it. Please know, this is not a re-inker. Most people who buy this think that they open it up, it's got this little plastic cover. You don't ever want to lose the little plastic cover. You can take some really thick pop dots, put it in the top of your lid, put this onto the pop dot so it stays there forever. Most people think that this little bottle, they're supposed to put all that glue down there at once, but that's not the case. The pad comes completely dry. There's nothing on the pad when you open it up. So if you don't know about it, yeah, it's it's like a re-inker. Okay, let's ink it up. But no, it's glue. So you only want to use what you need for the job that you're doing. So I've got a little bit on there, kind of mush it around with my fingers a little bit. Now I could certainly take and put my die cut into the glue and glue it down, absolutely. But that's really not the purpose of the glue. The purpose of the glue is to be able to foil on top of it, or mica on top of it, or glitter on top of it. So I'm going to ink up my stamp. I'm going to put my lid right back on, and it will stay wet forever. You don't really ever have to throw this pad away, even if it gets all embossing powder over the top of it and glitter over the top of it. It still works. The only thing you need to get when you run out is the refill. But you shouldn't ever have to replace this. Mine was almost 10 years old before I lost it. I think I lost it. I wasn't even looking to replace it. Now I've got my paper. I'm on my gush pad. I'm gonna go ahead and give a press. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. I'm not gonna rock. I'm gonna pull up, and I can see, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's a little bit of a watermark there. Little bit of a watermark. Now, I need to let that glue go tacky. Yes, it's the one time you want something to be tacky. So I'm gonna ink it up again, and you could just do a whole bunch of these all at once. And cover up, and stamp again. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, no chest compressions, just 1, 2, 3, and up. And again, I can see my image there. So then you need to let it waft a little bit. Blow on it, waft on it, go and tape something down. Go refill your sweet tea. I'm a coffee girl, but it just takes a little time for it to go tacky. And the longer you let it sit, the better it is. You could walk away from this for a good 20, 30 minutes and come back, and it will still be fine. Really. So the longer you let it go, the better. So I'm going to grab a glitter. And I'm just using a Ultrafine by Stampendous. We sell them in the kits. I like the kits because they're inexpensive. This is their Christmas collection. You get 5 colors. It's about $10 or $11. These colors are going to last you a really long time. And then if you do go through a color, they sell the colors up in stock, but truly, this is going to last you a very, very long time. Wait till you see how little I dump on. So I think it's wafted. So I mean, literally, I'm just gonna, like fairy dust, like hardly anything. Fairy dust. Okay, so that's all I'm going to start with, and I'm going to bring this up to the camera so you can see just how little there is. just like fairy dust. And then I'm going to take my finger, very expensive tool. I'm going to take my finger and I'm slowly going to move that over where I stamped. And that glitter is going to cling to that glue. Now I used very, very little. If you need to add a little more, it's better to go light on the glitter and say, oh, I missed a spot, and add a little bit more than have too much glitter, and then it's just around everywhere. So you can see very little waste. Now honestly, that's not enough for me to put back in my little pot. It just really isn't. There's hardly anything there. So we're going to sprinkle Mr. SMS's floor. And now I have glittered my sentiment. Easy to do. It didn't make a mess everywhere. I can clean up right after myself. I used hardly any glitter. We sell a glitter cleanup cloth that will just pick all of this right up. If it's on your finger, baby wipe it right off. It's not a mess. It's easy. And then I can take my die and die cut out my word. So I can do that. Bring it on over. Now you can use your magnetic platform or your multi-purpose platform. Doesn't matter. They're both going to do the job. Going to line it up. Take your do not cut plate. Put it right on top. And send it right through. Oh, did I move it? Did I move it? Well, we're going to try anyway. Send it right through. Now I could have stamped with embossing medium with a Versamark and then thrown embossing powder down and embossed my words. I could have foiled my words. And the nice thing is, you don't even have to use the words with the other dies. You could use them just on their own. And then I could put that in there. And now I've got a glitter. It's the most wonderful time of the year for my center. And it's so cute. I could even take the background here if I wanted and put this on top. Let's say you did a miscut. Let's say you cut this and you chose not to use it and you wanted to do this, but you didn't have any more of that paper left. No worries. Put it right on top. Covers it right up and you're good to go. No waste. You're good to go. So these are the Flipside, and it's the Christmas release of the Flipside. But then we also have the new stamps. And again, if you're not looking to buy the newest set of Flipside, I totally get it. No worries. But if you have the original sets, you may want to pick up the dies and the stamps. They're only $9.99 a set. You get all 4 stamps and both dies for $9.99 because they are going to work with your original sets as well. And you get a birthday, you get an inspirational, and you get 2 Christmas for the stamps, which the stamps can be used all by themselves, all on their own. All right, so that is, I wonder if I can put it all back together again. That is all the wonderful and different elements that you can now do with just one set of dies. You mix, you match. These are not the sets that go together. I'm just putting them so that you can see. It's up to you what you want to create. It's yours to choose. You're not locked into just one look. And then you can mix and match and change and adjust. If you wanted a guy card, well, I'm going to show you one. This is darling for a guy card, and then you do an embossing folder at the top and you use that just for the bottom. Wait till you see, they're darling. But everything is there for you to play with. And if you only have the one set, you still have so many options, because you can change the backgrounds, you can cut into paper, you can cut it all out, you can mix, you can match, you have lots of options even with just the one set, because all of the pieces are separate. All right, so I want to show you the storyboards really quick. So you can see those. Yes, these will work with a cuddle bug. Yes, these will work with a Vagabond, a Big Kick, a Fabby, a Vintage, a Grand Caliber. Yes, these dies will all work in those machines. These dies will work in just about any machine that's out there on the market. But I just love how you can mix and match and change and do. And it's all up to you. All right, let me show you some of the storyboards. So we have our first Flipside, and it's holly wrapping. So you can see just the two pieces that cut the backgrounds, and they've got different edges on them. Then you've got the two decor pieces. See how this is not Christmassy at all. You can use this all year round. This has got the holly with the holly berries. There you've got two of them. So the same top and bottom with the center. How pretty is that? There you've got just the center. There you've got the non-Christmassy edges, dies together. All out of one set, and this isn't all you can do. Oh, there she's got another one. All out of one set. And we didn't even play with the stamps yet with this set. Just to give you an idea of what you can do. So that's holly wrapping. And this is a vertical set. This is a vertical set. Then our next set is also a vertical set. So two sets are vertical, and two sets are horizontal. So here it is with the pine. And again, not a overly Christmassy looking bottom. It's got a beautiful Christmas top, but then a more generic, more universal, more, I can use it all the time if I want. So you've got the two that cut out, and again, different edges. All the edges between all the dies are different. Then the two decor dies that are completely cut out. Then you've got the top and the bottom the same. Top and the bottom the same. Just all the different looks that you can do. And again, the middle piece, the middle decor piece cuts into the paper. If you want to cut it out, then you're going to get the stamp set, the stamp and die set that goes with the vertical. But here we have, this is Pine Cone Season. Pine Cone Season. And of course, Elena did the storyboards. Bless her pea pickin' heart. Then we have the holly and the ivy. Look at how beautiful they are. Look at how pretty. There's embossing that can be done with these, with your squishy and your knock-knock. And these are the horizontal set. So this set is going to also work with the one I was playing with today. So pretty. This is the holly and the ivy. And then the set I was playing with today is the Flipside Let It Snow. So the top and the bottom piece that are interchangeable, the decor pieces are interchangeable. Look at how cute is that? With a background cut directly into a card. So this is cut directly, these ones are cut directly into the card. We didn't cut the piece out, we cut the dies into the paper. This one's cut directly in, that's a card front right there. If you didn't want to do separate layers, you don't have to. There's a card front right there. Or you could put these two together and make a mat for your pictures. But here you have Let It Snow, the flip side. Then we have the Stamp and Die set. So this is the set for your horizontal cards. And you can see all the different things you can do and how it can look. And again, you get all the different words. You can cut out the decor piece now because you have options. So all of this came from that one set for $9.99. I think that's so cute. And then we have for the horizontal set. And again, you get two Christmas. This one has, may your birthday bring you as much happiness as you give. Happy birthday. Make a wish, let's celebrate, hip hip hooray, greetings of the seasons and best wishes for the new year, and Christmas wishes of peace and happiness this holiday season. So those are the 4 different stamps that you get, and then you get the dies to cut everything out, and all the layering that you can do. See, these aren't Christmas at all. These would be great for your birthday. And this is the die and stamp set for the, well, they're calling it a portrait, but because it's a portrait look, but it's vertical. Okay, and then just quickly, there's only very few left. And by now, they might all be gone. But here we're from the first set. So these were the very first flip sides, which of course will work with the ones I just showed you. Everything will work and nothing is duplicated. Yeah, you can do that with this, with the sets I just showed you. Everything will work and nothing is duplicated. So there's one. I don't know how many of these are still in stock online. They may all be gone by now. You can put yourself on a notify me list, because all of these will work with everything I showed you today. And this is from the first set. And unfortunately, it's Scrapbooking Made Simple. Unless it comes back for a best of, when they're gone, they're gone. We don't reproduce. We're not able to. We just don't have the budget to be able to do that. These are from the first set. Some of these bottoms from both sets would make the best guy cards. And last but not least, did you put one in the front? No. So Elena just wanted to show you everything that you could do with one of those sets, and even this isn't all of it. All right, let's talk samples. So the SMS Girls, oh, she put together so much. She did so much work. She really did an amazing job. She always does an amazing job. All right, let's talk samples. Let's look at Claire first. So this is using the Flipside Christmas set, and we didn't do anything Christmas on this card at all. Claire used the Decor die. Oh, I just took off one of her blings. Sorry, Claire. She used the Decor die to cut the piece out, and then she just used the background die for here, and then she cut and stamped. So she didn't even use the Decor die here. She just had a pretty piece of pattern paper and cut that background die, used the background die. And this is Claire. Then Claire did Christmas. And she used my reflections paper in the back. So it's glittery, but not glittery. It doesn't fall off. This is Claire. And then again, she did another one that had nothing to do with Christmas. You've got the bottom where she's used the Decor die and the background die. The top, she just cut the plain top. I glued it down. Well, I'm not going to get it. She just cut the plain color. She just cut this piece. And then she sent it through an embossing folder to get the texture. So cute. This is Claire. And then Claire's mixed media piece. Here she has stacked several of them up onto each other, slightly askew. And she used the striped to make a stencil. She used one of the others to make a stencil here. And she just let the paint kind of ooze. This is Claire, and this is her mixed media piece. She just loved the way they stacked and how they looked when they were slightly off center. Then we have Sharon. Okay, Sharon, rock star. Okay, super cute, right? But wait. Ta-da! She made an envelope and it says gift card or money here. And then it has a little magnet to close it up. Hello, how cute is that? So she just took a piece of paper, she cut it. She has a 12 by 12 piece of paper. She cut the edge on one using one, and then she scored into an A2, folded it, and finished decorating. That is Sharon. So smart. And then here is Sharon as well. Have a holly jolly Christmas. Really so cute. Beautiful bow too, Sharon. Then we have Doris. And Doris also went woo! So we have the card and it opens. And this is using the Flipside piece to get that done. And then this slides right underneath. She's done the sentiment. She cut it and did it top and bottom. She's embossed the back. This is Doris. So smart. So pretty. And then we have Doris here with a winter birthday card. Soft and elegant. And you've got the little holly and the berries and your beautiful background. This is Doris. And then Doris here as well. Oh, I feel like this is heavy. No, I don't have to open it. Yay! Here she took the stamp and die set, and instead of doing it in the center, she cut it and added it to the card. And again, this has nothing to do with Christmas, even though it's part of the Christmas collection. You are amazing. Don't ever forget it. What a wonderful card to send to somebody. What a wonderful card. And instead of them being little snowflakes, she put little pearls in there, and now they're little flowers. This is Doris. And then we have Doris's, oh, Elena. Then we have Doris's layout. So she's got tags from my last collection of must-haves. She's got them at the flip sides as corners. And it looks, when she put the 4 of them together, it made it look like just a little ornament. Look at how cute is that? The space makes it look like a little ornament. I don't know if she did. I don't know. No, she didn't. Okay. But she's used 4 pieces on her layout. How cute is that? She's got the banner going across the top. It's the most wonderful time of the year. And that's Doris and Fred and Katie. Catherine. She's grown up now. She's Catherine. So this is Doris. And these are part of this collection. And she was able, they just fit together to make it look like a Christmas ornament. Oh, my light. Mr. SMS is going to have to come in here and do some lighting. All right, Elena has put together one. Oh, Elena, it fell. Okay, I'm just going to put it back down. Elena's got one of her, I wonder if she left that open for me to, she did leave that open for me to do the little tea light. Okay, which way is it? There we go. So Elena left that for a tea light. Now this is one of her yard sale finds. And she's decorated all the panels. So you can see that doesn't look Christmassy at all. The funny thing is, when Elena first brought this in, she was showing me like this. She's like, "Ooh, look at what I'm making." And I'm like, "Oh, that's so nice." But then Belinda looked at it, and Belinda did what I didn't do. I didn't want to say anything, but Belinda did. Belinda said, "Gosh, why don't you put it like that?" So Elena said, "Oh, that's not a bad idea." Look at how cute her little luminary is. This is Elena with a little help from Belinda. Then speaking of Belinda, let's get hers over here. Here is her mixed media piece. So again, she's used the Flipside Christmas, the top, the bottom. And she just made a beautiful little frame that stands up so nice. If you've got a shabby chic room, wouldn't that be darling in it? And she used the sentiment, do what you can with what you have where you are. And that truly has become, that's going to be my new motto for the next year. Isn't this darling? Love, love, love. And then, I think these are Elena's too. So here's Elena as well, using the pine cones. There's Elena. And I love, love, love the color on this one because it has nothing to do with Christmas. She's got the little dragonfly on there. I love her color combinations on this. It's just beautiful. These are also Elena. Let's see, then we have, let me slide these down. Then we have Michelle. And remember I was telling you about a great guy card? Look at that. That's a great guy card. She used an embossing folder on the top. She cut the piece out. The shadow piece used an embossing folder. She cut a brown piece of paper and then the plaid piece of paper out of the Decor die. Then she put the sentiment in. Even though it's all part of the Christmas collection, had nothing to do with Christmas. And then Michelle did Snowflake. And last, Michelle, I would have sworn Michelle had an, oh, this one says Open Me. There you go. Okay, I knew she had one that said Open Me. There it is. So you can put the sentiment, and that can be on any card. It doesn't have to, you don't, if you've got other dies and you've done the front a different way, you can still use the die and stamp to put a sentiment in there. And then last but not least from Michelle. And same thing, she embossed the top with an embossing folder. She cut the piece out, the solid piece out, and then she layered your candy cane underneath and stamped It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year. And that's Michelle. Then we have Yvette. Here's Yvette's card. How beautiful is that? She's got the little rhinestones for the berries. She's got the glimmer sheets going on. How gorgeous is that? This is Yvette. But I really, really like her next card. Oh, I love this card. How happy is this? With the little candies and have a holly jolly Christmas. And you've got the candy cane top and bottom because you can, because they're the flip side. Oh my gosh. Love this card. This is Yvette. And then her last card she made here in the store. And it's just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. So she put the sentiment down below. So you have a pattern paper in the middle. You've got the two dies on the top. And she put the pattern, the sentiment below. This is Yvette. And last but not least, we have Kathy. And again, Kathy did a beautiful job. How gorgeous is this? This is Kathy. And she made a bigger card. So this is a 5x7 card. So you absolutely, even though the dies are made for A2, she made a 5x7 card without any problem at all. So those of you who like the larger cards, easy peasy, no worries. She's got quite a few layers on here. Kathy, holy smokes, artichokes. Card's kind of heavy. But it is absolutely beautiful. And last is her layout. So she used the dies as her snow. How cute is that? She used the dies as her snow. And sledding. So this is Kathy. All right, so, okay, let's see if I zoom on back. There we go. So that is this year's collection of Simply Refined Christmas. And I hope you liked it, and I hope you see that the flip side gives you so much for your money. That way, you can be so much more creative because you're not limited. You spend a little, but you get a lot. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot. Holy smokes, artichokes. Oh my gosh. Oh well, we're not going back. Yes, for those of you who have been asking, we have the Tim Holtz Stamp Mat. Yes, it's here. Yes, it's on sale. I was going to use it, but I had so much stuff covering it. Sorry. I'll use it again, but we will put it on this YouTube Yummy. So the Tim Holtz Stamp Mat, if you've seen him use it, if you've seen all the bloggers use it, it is pretty wonderful. It is in stock. We do have them here. You can use clear stamps with it. You can use cling stamps with it. Oh my gosh, it is $39.99. So it's not a must-have. It's not a, oh my, well, for some of you it might be, but you can certainly stamp without it. Is it nice? Yes, it's like having the creme de la creme of products out there for stamping. So we have it for $39.99. It will go on a YouTube Yummy, even though I forgot to show it in this YouTube. Oh well, there's always next time, right? At this point, I'm still thinking about the grocery shopping list that Michael told me we're gonna have to make. Anyway, okay, where are you gonna find all of this great product? At scrapbookingmadesimple.com under the YouTube Yummy category. Please remember that these dies, my Simply Defined and Simply Refined dies, when they sell out, they are gone. We don't generally bring them back. We just can't afford it. We're a small company and we got to keep moving forward. So I'm hopeful that at the end of this year, we will have a best of collection for you for anything that you did miss. We're able to order in a smaller quantity and get them in just for a best of. But if you like what you saw, that's where you're going to go, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Unfortunately, we do not wholesale our dies to other retailers. We just don't have enough to even do that. So, and if you really wanted your Tim Holtz Stamp Mat, they're here and they're 20% off. So I'll work it into another YouTube, I promise. All right, you guys, it's me, Stacey. I'll see you next week. Bye.